Good morning, everyone. This is Mornings with Michael for information and educational purposes only. This is Wednesday, February the 7th. Hope everybody is doing well. And we are here for information and educational purposes only, and sometimes entertainment. So let's get to it and let's share our screens here. If there's a little bit of an echo, I'm in a different room today. Here's our heat map. Microsoft and some of the techs bounced back that were pulling back yesterday. Healthcare, Eli Lilly had pulled back yesterday. It was a good opportunity in the rear view mirror, picking up some Eli Lilly yesterday on a pullback. Finance is doing well. Just wanted to make sure I had my microphone on. Some of the things that we're doing well are a little mixed today: utilities, oil, etc. Amazon, Tesla is up. Meta is up about 3% today. So that's a look there. And let's share our annuity sample here. This is, I feel, 85 to 90% of people should be in an annuity, at least some portion of their money, or you never fear about losing money. You only will make money. And you can see average annuity beats index investing by about 5% per year. As you see, the indexes bob and weave with the markets. So if you have any questions, you'd like to learn more about that, please let me know how the annuities do that. I'll give you a big bonus on your funds when you open it. A lot of them, some of them have dropped quite a bit. I believe there's anywhere from 15% to 25% now. So let's go to the screens. We didn't get a new news feed today. Looking at Denison Mines. This is the one that I profiled over here about 179. 189 was the breakout, and it's continued up. It's consolidating a little bit here. So let's go to our dollar index. Dollar index continues to pull back. Silver is pulling back currently. Did not have much of a bounce. Gold off 2 cents. Our copper, slight pullback here. In Southern Copper as well. Freeport McMoran, kind of a hard sell-off today. Vale, it's kind of even. Rio off slightly, and BHP in Australia is down as well. So let's look at some of the cryptocurrencies. Ethereum is up close to 2%. And Bitcoin is up a little over 1% as well. My favorite Bitcoin play is through MicroStrategy. They have, I believe, 191 Bitcoin. And had this earlier at 481. We bought it. And we sold it at 500. We bought back in 10 shares this morning, around 493. 3. And then we have a spread we can exercise if it gets up to 498, 500 again. We have a option at 495 that would exercise. So we'll just kind of see how this goes. Ethereum or Bitcoin is kind of trading in a sideways trading range right now. Looks like we got a little cup with a handle. It's possible that this could take off. I think as closer we get to the halving point, maybe in March, this could start to take off. So that's that. Let's take a look at our bond yields. 10-year Treasury bond is bouncing back a little bit. It's up 0.5% today and 4.11 or 4.12. It's going to put a little pressure on our small cap stocks. We'll take a look at them in a little bit. 3.29 or 3.3 for the 20-year bond. And our volatility index, or the VIX, is up 0.2%. Not too much happening there. S&P 500. Got a little gap up here. It's up around 0.7%. RSP is up 0.44%. This is the equal weight, taking out all the big cap techs, all the big 7 names. Here's the NASDAQ. Got up slightly, 0.82%. And take out the big cap tech. And looks like we're up about the same on the equal weight. IWM. I guess that the interest rate, it's not hurting it too bad. We'll just see if this can continue to go. Once again, this hasn't made a new high in 2.5 years. The Dow Jones gapping up as well, up 0.43%. Let's go to our daily routine. Let's take a look what's moving today. Palo Alto Networks gapping up and near the high. Tenable Holdings also in the cybersecurity gapping up on their earnings. Their earnings were up 100%. 25 cents versus 12 cents last year, same quarter. JFrog sold off yesterday kind of hard, and it's up nearly 4% today. AZEK. I think we looked at this a couple of days ago. Said it was kind of trading close to a breakout. His earnings came in at 211% to 70% earnings surprise. It's up 13% today. Trex. Earnings are in 10 days and is breaking out ahead of earnings. It's up about 9%. Xylem. Earnings came in at negative 1%. They came in at 99 cents versus $1. 3.6% earnings surprise, and it's up nearly 4% today. Eli Lilly. This is where I said it pulled back yesterday after it looked like it broke out right about here on the 1st. It's continuing up. Says they will not be able to manufacture enough of the weight loss drug in the news. Axon Enterprises broke out. This is a big holding for Berkshire Hathaway. Mr. and continues up. The breakout was at 260.79. Earnings aren't for 20 days. Warren Buffett's is a big investment in Axon. Invent Electric. Earnings came in at 10%, 20 3.8% earnings surprise, sold off yesterday, and now it's bouncing off of the 10-day. It's up 4%. What's up 5% on a 100% increase in volume? I guess we go to the top. Aviat Networks. Earnings came in at 3%. It was a 10% in the negative category on an earnings surprise, but it's still up 23%. Amazing. Here's AZEK again. We looked at them previously. Chipotle, up 7.9%, and our big holding that we've been talking about for a long time benefited from that Kava, up 4.66%. Put on a spread on a couple of other accounts that we have here yesterday on the pullback, the 10-day, and it bounced yesterday afternoon and then bounced again today. Coherent, earnings came in at negative 62%, but that was a 113% earnings surprise. 36 cents versus 95 cents last year, up 7.6%. California Resources, big jump today, up 9%, bouncing, getting back above the 50-day moving average. Earnings are in 16 days. Criteo, earnings came in at 81% increase over the last quarter last year, 28.6% earnings surprise, up 17%, but they're trading on the low of the day, the gap up. So, if you're interested in getting in this is a possibility. You want to buy as close to the bottom of the gap up and then make sure that it holds the gap up. You don't want it to be filling the gap. Cirrus Logic, up big, 20% increase, 77.3% earnings surprise. Carlyle Companies, earnings came in at 30%, $4.17 versus $3.22, up 17.5%. Emerson Electric, their earnings came in at 56% increase, $1.22 versus 78, a 17% earnings surprise, up 11%. Enphase, this hasn't been around for a long time. It's just been on a long downturn. Take a look at the weekly, but its earnings came in above what people expected, even though it was down 64%, 42% earnings surprise, up 20% today. Griffith, earnings came in at 24% increase, $1.07 versus 86 last quarter. Earnings surprise of 42%. Green Plains is gapping up and kind of holding. Nome continues its breakout. It's up strong today, up another 8.6%. Jasper Therapeutics, earnings in 37 days, up another 10% today. Looks like they're breaking out of this consolidation. They tried to break out yesterday, pulled back, and they're definitely breaking out today. Morphosis, ADR, got a cash offer. We generally try to stay away from cash offer because if it gets finalized, they generally don't go up any further. OI Glass manufactures glass containers for food and beverage. Their earnings came in at negative 68%, but this is nearly a 250% earnings surprise. So, of course, it is up 12% today. Palantir continues its breakout on its big earnings that were up 100%. Roblox, their earnings were negative 52 cents, but this was a 16% earnings surprise. Kathy Woods, this is a big holding in her ARC funds. Solar Edge Technology, along with the other solar, I think it's gapping up on Enphase's results. Silicon Laboratories is up 13.2%. Their earnings were a negative $1.19, but this is 37, almost 38% earnings surprise. Sonos designs, develops, manufactures, and sells multi-room audio products. It's gapping up. We got a 6% earnings increase and 45% earnings surprise. Trex. Earnings aren't for 19 days, but it is breaking out of its consolidation, up 9.6%. Velon ADR provides mobile fixed line and broadband voice data, up 5.3%, breaking out of a consolidation. It looked like it was pretty close yesterday, but definitely today. And here's Weatherford. Sold off hard. We got out of it, put on a spread today, 95 to 100. We'll see if it gets there. Got a double bottom, and then it breaks above this on its earnings call. XPO, big gap up. Earnings came in at negative 21%. This is 25% earnings surprise. And finally, Yum China Holdings gaps up near the low, but it's above its 50-day average on 8% increase. And what's up 10%? Some of the same suspects here. Only one, I think, is Green Plains. Gap up 15% and is sold off, so it's under its 50-day here. We'll see if it fills the gap or not. Let's take a look at some of our trending ETFs. See what oil is doing today. It's up 0.44%. XLE up not much, 5 cents. Communications with the moves in Google and Meta is up 44 cents. Big move in Meta. It sold off yesterday. It was getting pretty close to the bottom of the gap up. So I wasn't sure if we'd have to cut it, but big move today, up 3%. Google up slightly, up 87 cents. Real estate is up slightly, 8 cents. Grab my handy little booklet here. The finances are, looks like a little pocket pivot over here. And some tight action. It's up almost 0.8%. Utilities, not much happening there. Biotech, we haven't looked at it in a while. We'll pull back in the two biotechs. They look exactly the same. Software, yeah, it's kind of moving up here, 1.67%. Tech looks pretty close to the same. Semiconductors up almost 1.5%. Pave or Trex is in. Yeah, looks like we got a pocket pivot there, up 1.5%. Airlines, slight pullback in airlines. Leisure activities out of the office, up 0.77. Expedia is coming out with its earnings soon, but it is moving up. Looks like it's moving up slightly. It's not quite a pocket pivot, but look at Airbnb. Yeah, it's moving up today. The two cruise lines. Norwegian is up slightly today. Industrials. Wow, we got a pretty big move in industrials, gapping up in raise near the high. Healthcare continues strong. Consumer staples kind of broke out a 73.19 right here and continued to hold that. Building materials, nice bounce off of the 200-day moving average now. We'll see if it can get above the 50 there. UPS got a upgrade and it continues up today. Big move up yesterday, gap up and close near its high to see if it can get above this 10-day moving average. XME. Not too much happening there. The home builders, interesting, they gapped up today. Look at the FANG. We had a couple of day sell off and now it's bouncing above the 300-day level, $300 level. So let's take a look at our major holdings. Kava with a breakout there. Zscaler is up pretty strong today. We bought the 230, 240 option. Crowd, which is really the big leader. It looks like we got a pocket pivot as it moves up here 5%. Everybody in this sector is really moving up. Sentinel gapped up and is near the low, and Fortinet was up to 76, 77 last night, a big pullback. Elf Beauty, we sold our $160 option when it was at 173 yesterday. We had two options at that price, and then after hours, we bought 100 shares at 167 and 50 at 177. We've ditched the 50, but we've kept the 167. I just feel pretty good about it from here. They just smashed their records on earnings. 54% up from the previous quarter last year. It was about a 30% earnings surprise. So we first profiled this right over here in the 120 area, said we're putting an option on, put 4 options on and then converted them somewhere over here. BRT, we have 10 options at, I believe it's 55.65. Just have to double check that here. We took 2 of them off this morning on the short side. Yeah, we did a 57.62 for March 1st. We put on a Tesla last night, felt it was starting to move, and it's continuing that move today. Got a double bottom here, started to move here. I believe we put it on 184,200, so we'll see how that goes. We have a Rivian option for their earnings, so we'll see how that happens in 2 weeks. Take a look at DWAC. Put on a 45.50 option when it had pulled back over here, so that continues to perform. Globant, when it was at 230, 228 actually, we put on a 250, 260 spread for an earnings play. We'll see how that plays out. Celsius on yesterday on pocket pivot, we put on an option spread for earnings, which is in 30 days. And that was a 55, 56, 61 spread on 8 of those for March 24th. I have a number of these on here, so we'll just try to comb right through all of them. Look at ESTC. Put this on right around 120. We put a spread on yesterday and the pullback to the 10-day moving average. And that is doing well today. Looks like Shopify got a little pocket pivot today. So in front of earnings, we put on a spread as well. See what that spread is. Did a 85.90 spread with March 24th expiration. ESTC, we put on a 125, 130 March 24th call for earnings. And then we'll look at the Datadog 127, 133. This was the earnings play as well. So it bounces a little bit today. Pulled back to the 10-day moving average here. And GitLab continues to do well. Got a little bit of a bounce here off of the 10-day moving average, up 4%. Now, one that we had here for a while, was looking at yesterday, was thinking about a 30, 35 spread, but we're going to wait until it gets above the 50-day moving average. Just it's been a little weak here. and look at a couple of other issues that we have on some of the other accounts that we're working with the family here. Microsoft is bouncing today, up 1.8. Amazon is bouncing as well. And just look at three more and we'll wrap it up here. On the Swiss shoe company put on a spread right over here. I believe it was 28.33, and it's now getting above the 50-day moving average today, up 2%. This is a company that my mother pointed out to me, Otter Tail Power. Earnings are in 5 days. Give a nice dividend. So they broke out here at 88.89, and they continue to do well. They're up to get up to their all-time high here. All-time high. Yeah, it looks like they have cleared their all-time high. So 94.21 is their all-time high. And this is another Kathy Wood stock for AI. It's kind of bouncing here. Had a big pullback under all of the trend lines and is trying to get above it here. So that'll about wrap it up for the day. Hope everybody has a great day. This has been Mornings with Michael for information and educational purposes only. Hope you have a great day. I'll catch you on Thursday. Go out there and make a difference. Keep working on your goals and your activities. And if you have any financial goals we can help you with, please message us.